Hi, I'm Kalisha, and this is my holistic documentary intro. Welcome. I'll be going over my findings that I genuinely dove in, discovered, researched, put together for myself to ultimately make myself the best human being I could possibly be. This sparked a lot of triggers in my life that needed healing. And the only way I, in my life, knew how to heal was through art. I am always making something, creating something, working with my hands. But at some point, life happens, right? So I started this journey at the end, not realizing that I was actually going to start it. And I think a lot of people don't know sometimes the journey they're about to go on, but life will throw some crazy things at you, and you have to either endure, dodge, or fight back. I've gone through a lot of different chapters in my life, but I think this one actually just starts a few years ago, like many others. 2020 changed a lot of people's lives, and there's a lot of domino effects of that still happening in the world. And if you're here listening to this, that means you survived. Yay. So I've been taking footage of myself most of my life. And recently I started making it public, or, changing it a bit or interpreting it. And I do a lot of self-reflection. So recently, I discovered 12 categories that kind of is supposed to make your life the most well-balanced. And I had to sit back and really dive deep into what I'm doing currently, what I've done, what I've conquered, what I've endured, what I've dodged, I had to really do a lot of self-reflection and be able to sit with myself for a long time and be okay with that, because my life became unrecognizable. So I knew I had a lot of gaps, and I knew I hit a different rock bottom mentally that I never knew even existed. So flashback quick. My 2020 really started in 2019. 2019 was, I believe, the year that a lot of pictures started cracking in the sense of something is awry. But for me, this is just my personal life. I got married. I moved. My uncle died. My grandmother died. And my beloved brother Buddha, I miss dearly, died. 2020, COVID hit, I believe on ground around February. I was actually working as a teacher in some private art schools or private schools in Atlanta. And one day I came to school and they were packing tablets and they were moving, and they were like, the kids are going to be virtual. And I was like, okay. And slowly but surely you see people losing their jobs. Well, I was also a graphic designer at another retail location, and COVID hit there too. And it literally became like this weird, like plague, right? And then everybody was home. 2020. I discovered I was pregnant, and I'm not going to go down the wormhole of my past of that, but this particular child is here, Leona Taylor. And I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant November, I believe, in 2019, but everything changed. So doctor's appointments, everything was so low. You couldn't have a guest. I couldn't have guests at my birth. Everything was locked down by the time I had Leona. While I was pregnant, I was studying to be a financial advisor, and that kept my mind very preoccupied and busy. After I got laid off from other jobs, and then I had my baby girl in July 2020. So she is a COVID baby because it's like she just started school about 2 months ago. So she actually has been with me one-on-one 2020, July 2020, till about 2 or 3 months ago. And it's a good feeling. That's why I say my life is changing. And I'm documenting 6 months. So roughly, this is the last couple of years, and this is where I am now. But I took a journey, and this is where it turned. So after I gave birth, a week later, I actually started working for a call center from home, and I ended up breastfeeding her for about 5 months straight, solid, and working about 60 hours with a headset from home. So July 2020 is when I gave birth, but November 2020 is when my mother died. And December 2020 is when my husband left me. So, 2021, I'm still working from home up until the end of May. And honestly, it was just a mutual agreement separation because my child needed me. She was here. And I had to separate. I had to work from home and take care of her. Single mom, you know. And then about November, so February 2021, I actually had my wisdom teeth, half of them removed. That November 2021, I found I had an infection in a black hole, like this big. And the only side effect that this infection was nobody knew. I absolutely went crazy. I went mad. I was losing it. Paranoia. Psychotic breaks. People were after me. Psychosis. And I still suffer from PTSD from this. And this was November last year, because right now this is being filmed. We are in, August 17th. So I'm starting to record this part August 17th. But this has been my life. And I hit rock bottom going through all the loops and hoops of knowing that I'm not having a psychotic break, but I know it looks like I'm having a psychotic break. And it was an infection just eating at my brain. I still get small, like, shivers and PTSD and a lot of things that I'm not sure if they happened or not anymore because it started to bring on delusions, and I was staying up. I was up. The infection just made me stay up. I was being like, it really threw me for a loop. So I'm actually grateful to the Lord, God, Jesus, whoever kept me here for my daughter's sake. I'm very grateful to, because the infection really should have just killed me. So I eventually got the tooth removed, and it was still infection in there. And most likely I had it from, if I had to guess, I mean, I got my wisdom tooth removed February 2021, and the infection wasn't found out till November. But I can guarantee that I had that thing for at least 6 months. So it definitely made me go a little bit crazy. So since I didn't die, I really hit mental exhaustion with that infection. And they finally put me on a lot of medication to get better. And by December, I kind of felt actually like back to normal, to not know if certain things were hallucinations, dreams, sleep, up, because at some point I couldn't tell the difference. So I'm very grateful to have my sanity back, to know that I don't have to fight certain fights or do certain things. You know, just life has been a lot simpler. But I also took a journey to get here. And I don't think I would be as successful in life if I didn't decide for myself to take this journey of a holistic. I knew I needed way more than Western medication of healing from the trauma that I've actually endured emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, since 2019. So just becoming a mother itself is life-changing for the first time. I don't know what it's like for the second and third, but this is my first successful birth. My child is my world. She's my North Star. And she honestly is probably the one that kept me alive in there. So January, now we're in 2022, of this year, I decided to really dive deep into myself, into the different layers of me, discover where I'm at, who I am, what do I see about myself, what did I endure, how can I heal, how can I cope? Because at the end of the day, if I have to heal, I'm going to have to heal all the way. I don't want to patch it up. Oh, my heart is hurting over here. Don't think about it. Art, just make some art and forget about it. I did a lot of things that I never would even imagine I would do. I researched and I decided to listen to my spirit a lot more. My echoes, my shadows, my demons. I decided to listen. My grief, missing pieces of my life and trying to deal with things that are not there anymore. People are missed, and that's how unfortunately life goes. You never know your day. You never know when it's you, and you never know how. And as much as we live and we take things for granted, I was almost taking life of peace for granted. I would have such a chaotic life that now this life I live is very calm. Peace here. And I continued that journey. So today, or over the next couple chapters, I guess, we'll discover together what I did, and maybe you find your own path or find your own peace or relate to something and add it to your life. And if not, maybe somebody else would like to heal and learn something new. So I started this journey, and I made a whole journal. I wrote down kind of what I did to relieve my mind, relieve my state of mind, to find peace. And I found peace in many different avenues. I really wasn't closed-minded about my journey, but I do want to be the best, most rounded human being I can possibly be in my life. And so I found 12 categories of life that I wanted to fill up, to make the best. And some are smaller, some are bigger, and some are getting filled in different ways on the side. So what I did was health and fitness, intellectual life, emotional life, character, spirituality, love and relationships, parenting, social life, financial life, career, quality of life, and vision of life. So I kind of want to max out all these chapters. Some of them I am going to keep very low profile, but I will talk about some journeys, especially like my career and things like that, and financial life. I'll talk about them because we all have them, but of course it will be a lot different journey of the last 6 months compared to now, compared to next, and things like that. So what is a holistic journey? So the Google's definition of a holistic healing is holistic medicine is a form of healing that considers the whole person, body, mind, spirit, emotions, in the quest for optimal health and wellness. According to the holistic medicine philosophy, one can achieve optimal health, the primary goal of holistic medicine practice, by gaining proper balance in life. So, I feel the proper balance in life are these categories: health and fitness, intellectual life, emotional life, character, spirituality, love and relationships, parenting, social life, financial life, career, quality of life, and vision of life. So what I did is I took my holistic journey and I divided it into these categories. So I can now fill in the gaps of what I want to work on next, how I want to change over here, how I want to evolve as a better human being, better person. Because I didn't just need to heal physically. I had to heal mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all these things. Financially, I had to heal. Like, there's a lot of healing, and life is change, and there's a lot to balance. But once you actually have to face a certain, you need medical needs, it kind of changes the ball game of mental illness and how that affects different triggers creates triggers. So I don't really want to go down that particular path of focusing on the negative things. I just wanted to find the best way I could heal. So I had to start with me. And I had to really sit with where I am. I really wanted to be better. I want to be the best. I want to be well off. I want to be loved for myself, through me, for me, and love me, all of me. And the only way I could do that was start from the beginning. So I actually just Googled spiritual basics, alignment, bathe, not just take a shower, get clean, but bathe, soak, aroma, environment, healthy purge, spend time in nature, exercise regularly, and consistent diet. Knowing who I am, where I'm from, where I want to go, who I want to be, and what do I want to accomplish. So there's 6 stages, supposedly, of the spiritual awakening, which you can research that on your own. But the one I found was wake up. Wake up is whatever sparks you to want to be better, need to be better, have to be better, because being content is the only other option. You either are content with what you have, or you want more or less or change. So that's the wake up. Mine was the infection. That was something was going on stage and I had to really wake up, but it was rough. Bliss, the dark night, the void, groundness, and purpose and mission. Am I in the right place? And am I on the right path? Now, these are just questions that I was asking myself, and I wanted to really analyze me after all the things that I had to endure. And this is my journey to make what I have done, what I have, and where I want to go, and how I accomplish my mission. So I'm going to go through those things and maybe share some notes. And I hope you find something interesting. I hope you find something to take away from this, because at the end of the day, we all need healing in something. So let's do it.